Salvete omnes, and welcome to Caesar's Gallic Wars, Book 5, Section 32. When last we left Caesar, the Romans had debated and decided what they were going to do, whether they should stay or they should go. And Sabinus's opinion prevails, and the Romans decide to leave the camp. And unfortunately, that is not a good decision for the Romans because the enemy is going to attack them and ambush them. So let us begin. Ad hostes poste aquam ex nocturno fremitu vigilisque de profectione eorum senserunt. So we have our subject here. I'm just going to remind you of our color coding. So the nominatives are in red, and then we go down the line: red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So the genitives are in our in orange, then datives in yellow, accusatives in green, and then our ablatives in blue. So you can see, I like to use a lot of accusatives and ablatives if you kind of look through the color coding. So let's start. But the enemy, after they sensed, think about senserunt, like to sense or to feel. After they sensed or realized, you could say too, about the departure of them, about their departure, meaning the Romans' departure, and they sensed it from the nocturnal noise, or from the noise in the night, and the wakefulness, a little ablative prep phrase here, collocantis in cities, with an ambush having been placed by Pertito in two divisions, in Silvis, in the woods, nice little Latin 1 review for you, in the woods, in an opportuno atque occulto loco. Think of words like opportune and then occult, which is something that is hidden, in a favorable and hidden place, loco, which means place. Milibus possuum circiter duobus. Circiter in Latin here, means about. Just find my circiter here, means about duobus milibus possuum, about 2 miles away. Remember that mille possuum is the word for a Latin mile. It literally means thousands of paces. So it was about 2 miles away. Romanorum adventum expectabant. Get a nice little easy sentence here. They awaited, expectabant, a little imperfect tense, the adventum, the arrival of the Romans. And cum se maior pars agminis in magnam convalem de misisset. So we have a cum clause here. Take a look at that. So cum starting my cum clause, and then de misisset is a pluperfect subjunctive. When suddenly, when the great part, when or after, you can even say here, when a large part of the agmina, of the battle line or of the column, had descended, de misisset, pluperfect subjunctive in a cum clause, had descended into a magnam convalem, into a deep ravine. Remember that in plus the accusative translates as into. From utra parte, from both ends, eius valles subito se ostenderunt. From both ends of eius valles, so here we have a genitive, from both parts or from both ends of this valley, subito, suddenly, ostenderunt, they showed themselves. Okay, they showed him themselves, and novissimos premere et primos prohibere. So I see two infinitives here, so I'm going to kind of look down the sentence to see if I can find anything else. Ascensu atque iniquissimo, nostris loco, proelium, another infinitive, committere. So if I circle these infinitives here, you'll see. So I have committere, prohibere, premere, so a few infinitives here. Okay, so then I go down to my verb coiperunt. So now I know why I have the infinitives, because coiperunt is our verb that means to begin. They began to. So they showed themselves suddenly, and they began to premere the novissimos, to press hard on the novissimos. The novissimos here are going to mean the rear guard, because the most recent recruits were placed at the back of the columns. They give you a little note of that in the text. They began to do these three things: to press the rear guard, and to prevent the primos, the ones in the front, the first guard, from ascensu. Ascensu is from climbing. So you prevent someone from doing something, that's an ablative of separation. And they began to, okay, so that coiperunt is our verb that we're going to use for all of them. And they began to committere proelium. That's an idiom that means to engage in battle against nostris, against our men, in an iniquissimo loco, in a to engage in battle against our men in a very unfavorable loco, in a very unfavorable place. Okay, remember loco we had here, and we also had loco up there. So iniquissimo, if you might remember, that is the issimos, which is a superlative. So they began to engage in battle in a very unfavorable place. So this is a short one. The ambush takes place, and it happened very quickly. Possibly why it's so short, not sure. But we will continue on to see how Sabinus and Cotta try to save the situation in 33. Walete. Oh, and here's just a picture of a little bit of the Romans and the Gauls engaging in battle, so you can get a sense of what was happening. Obviously, we have some struggles going on here with the Romans and the Gauls. So just one depiction of what you might see. Okay, Walete again.